And Chris, as I come back to you there, because there's another story involving the United Nations I'd like to ask about this morning. A team from the UN, Chris, has now arrived in Israel to investigate claims of sexual violence during the October 7th attack carried out by Hamas. And I'm wondering, as we take a look at this, what do we know about the objectives and the approach the investigators are going to take here?
So, Heather, Pramila Patten is heading that team. She's the special representative of the UN Secretary General on sexual violence in conflict, and her team landed in Israel today. Her team will be in the country and the occupied West Bank until early February. They were invited by the government of Israel. Patten has said that her visit's aim is to give voice to survivors and witnesses, to identify ways that the UN can support, deliver accountability, and to report back to the UN Security Council. It's at those meetings, by the way, Heather, at the UN Security Council that we've heard Israel's ambassador, with a lot of anger and frustration, accuse UN leaders of ignoring claims of sexual violence during the Hamas attacks on Israel. There have been many protests in Israel over the UN's slow response to these allegations, and Israel has also launched its own investigations into reports of rape and extreme brutality against women on October 7th and ongoing sexual abuse against hostages being held by Hamas in Gaza. So this UN team will be looking into those allegations, into those reports. However, Patten and her team said that this visit is not mandated to be investigative in nature, but there are other UN agencies that are in charge of those kinds of investigations that have expressed willingness to step in, and likely we'll hear more details about that following the outcome of this visit.